Do you want to know if it will be possible for you to relocate with your family when you get your visa to Poland? If yes, don't stop watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I missed you guys and it's so good to be back. How are you doing? And I hope you're good. Is the weather cold or warm in your area? For Poland, it's in between. I don't know. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. I hope you're good. And yeah, in this video, guys, I am going to be answering so many questions. Like, you need to see my DMs. Like, my DMs are going crazy. They're screaming because everybody has been asking so many questions. And I thought to myself that it would be nice to make a video where I just get to address most of the questions that I'm being asked. I have been in Poland for 4 years and I feel like I'm in a position to answer most of those questions. So yes, that's why I'm making this video today, to answer those questions and yeah, help as much as I can. Disclaimer, you know, I'm not an agent or neither am I a travel consultant. I'm just here always preaching the gospel with love. So guys, if you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm Anita William, and yeah, this is my channel. Welcome, 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 welcome. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you stick around to get to know me. Please subscribe to my channel and give this post a massive thumbs up. And to all of my returning subscribers, you're the OGs, you know, right? I love you guys so much. Thank you, and thank you for the support. We're about to hit 600 subscribers, and yeah, it's a lot to me, and I am grateful to you guys. Thank you for all of the love. It means so much to me. So, without no further ado, let's dive right into the video. The first question, and I don't know, one of the most common questions I get asked is, can I relocate to Poland with my dependents? Like, everybody wants to know that. I know because it's been so common relocating with dependents these days to the United Kingdom. So it's become a major thing to people. And I think everybody wants to relocate. I know it's not easy to like travel and have your family somewhere else. So I totally understand. And yes, I'm going to tell you if it is possible. And if it's possible, I'm going to tell you how to go about it in this video. The answer is yes and no. No, in the sense that you can't come to Poland immediately with your family if you're coming for a master's degree program. So this is what happens. If you're coming for a master's degree program, you get your visa, you come to Poland. When you're in Poland, you apply for your resident card, which is the TRC. It is called the Kata Pobitu. You get your Kata Pobitu, and when you get your Kata Pobitu, you probably should have a job. And for a master's degree student, it's always like easy and okay to have a job because you know, and I feel like it's just normal or right that you pay your taxes, you have a functioning insurance where you have to list your families under this insurance, so they have to be beneficiaries of your insurance, probably your accommodation, and also have a job, pay your taxes, then have a Kata Pobito, which is your TRC, then you can apply for your dependents to visit you. And when you apply, you submit all of these documents I mentioned, like your TRC, your work contract, insurance, accommodation contracts, and so on and so forth. And when you submit all of these documents, usually I feel like when you're applying for a study visa or a work visa, it takes about 14 days to the entire process, and it takes about the same 14 days when you're applying for your dependents. And yes, they give them this visa, and when they come into Poland, you have so many options. You can either extend their visa or you can apply for them a resident card to be under you as a full-time dependent, so they can actually have the same validity that you have on your resident card as your dependent. So that answer is for students that are master's degree students. So prospective master's degree student, you can bring in your family when you've come into Poland and when you already have your Casa Pobito. So give or takes, it takes few months or a year, as the case may be, depending on your city, to get your Casa Pobito. So once you have your Casa Pobito, you can go ahead and you have a job, you can go ahead to reunify with your family. Also, there is an exception for postgraduate students or postdoctorate students. These ones are the ones that have this, I don't know, this opportunity to come in with their family from the very beginning. Because you and I know that postgraduate and postdoctorate students get paid to be students. So I think that's cool. So they are the ones that are in a position to apply with their family and come into Poland immediately with their family. And you and I know that there are not so many persons that tend to do postdoctorate and doctorate degrees. So yeah, these are the only persons that could come into Poland with your family immediately. And also, when it comes to those that apply for work and have a work visa, yes, of course, you can apply for your family when you arrive to Poland. You can actually also apply for your family from home, but it depends. You really have to have the capacity, financial capacity, to be able to do that. So yes, that is to answer that first question of can I come to Poland with my family. So yes, you can come to Poland, or rather, yes, you can bring in your family to Poland when you're in Poland as a student. If you have other questions concerning this, you can as well drop these questions in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer these questions. And that takes us to the second most asked questions on this channel. What is the minimum wage in Poland? Everybody wants to know, like, I get that question a lot. What's the minimum wage? What's the minimum wage? What's the minimum wage? Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, guys. The minimum wage in Poland as at 2024 January, it's 4,242 PLN, which is equivalent to about less than, just slightly less than 1,000 euros, which is about 980 something euros. So that is currently the minimum wage in Poland. Trust me, guys, I don't know if to you it feels really small, but for us, coming from being in Poland for 4 years, this is real good. I believe at the time I came to Poland about 4 years ago, the minimum wage was about 2,500 zloty. This minimum wage is evaluated every year. Like, this is the minimum you can earn. So do not limit yourself to the minimum wages. You can earn way, 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 way more than that, but that's the minimum that you can earn, like the legal minimum that you can earn in Poland. It's about 1,000 euros. That is the minimum wage in Poland. So I think that answered that question number two. That takes us to question number three. And the person wants to know if, or the people want to know if, there are schools in Poland that you can apply to without the application fee. Nigerians, Africans, why do we like free things? Okay, that was a joke, but still, no, there's hardly a school that I know of that doesn't require an application fee. It's not so much for me. I feel like the application fee is fair, because many a time you're always admitted as far as you meet the criteria and you meet the requirements. So yeah, the application fee on the minimal is about 85 zloty, and other schools might be higher, but majorly it's about 85 PLN. So yeah, there are really no schools that don't require application fee. Question number four is, how many years post-study visa is given to students? Honestly, guys, I really don't wish anybody to like graduate and not have a job. That's my prayer. Like, I don't wish it on anybody, because When you graduate and you don't have a job, then your post study is just about 9 months. It's just about, yeah, 9 to 10 months. That's what you're given to get a job. So I always pray and I always wish that when you or before you graduate, you should be able to secure a job, because that gives you an edge to your resident card. It gives you an edge to getting a really long stay, which is about 3 years. And yeah, it gives you an edge to get 3 years, because once you have a job and you have a contract, like a permanent work employment contract, then when you graduate from studies, you wouldn't need to apply for a post study. You would just need to like apply for a work permit or a residence, as the case may be. But in that case, you don't get to get 10 months, you get 3 years, which is more advantageous to anybody. So yeah, I just wish every student before they graduate are opportune to have a permanent job, which makes you like, I don't know, it makes life better for you. So yeah, but post study is about 9 to 10 months, and that's about it. Question number 5 is it compulsory to legalize and authenticate your documents before applying to universities? This question, it really doesn't have like a straight answer, because it differs. University to university, it differs. Some universities might tell you that when you've been given your admission, then they will require you to submit original documents, legalized documents, authenticated documents. But it's not always the same in every university. Some university might require you to submit these documents legalized and authenticated from the beginning. So it just depends. So it depends on the school you want to apply to. They might and they might not need it at the beginning, but trust me, it will be required probably before you come to Poland, or while you're in Poland, it definitely would be required. So you don't like, there is really no yes or no answer. So it's always just safe to know that before you go for, or during your visa process, make sure to have legalized your document. That's my advice all the time, because I feel like when you have your visa appointment, that should be one time where you get to legalize your documents, because you would need it. 100% you would need it. So yes, that's the answer to that question. The 6th question is, how long do you need to work or live in Poland to be eligible for a permanent residency? Okay. That question has 2 answers depending on the scenario. So let's take scenario 1. You're a student. As a student, you're probably doing a master's, or let's say you're doing a bachelor's program, which is 3 years, and you've been in Poland for 3 years. When you're counting your permanent residency route, know this, that 3 years is equivalent to 1.5 years. Meaning, as a student, if you stay in Poland for 1 year, it is registered as half year. So if you stay in Poland for 3 years as a student, then that is half, 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 which is 1.5 years. And to be able to, or to be eligible to apply for a permanent residence, you need to have stayed in Poland for exactly 5 years, paid taxes, and as the case may be, you just have to have been in Poland for 5 years. So to calculate that 5 years, if you're a student for 1.5 years, meaning you need an additional mathematics 3.5 years to have like a 5 year stay in Poland. And also in that 3.5 years, you should be working, you should be paying taxes, and of course the language is really important. You have to understand the language, and yes, you are eligible for a permanent residency in 5 years. But in that 5 years, know that you have to have had to understand the language, write the language exams, and have a job, pay your taxes, and yeah, basically. So it takes 5 years. So the second scenario is you come to Poland as a worker. So when you come to Poland as a worker, 1 year is 1 year. So if you work in Poland for 5 years, then after 5 years, you're eligible to apply for a permanent residency. So 5 years stands as 5 years when you come to Poland as a worker. So I think that's the difference between coming here as a worker and coming here as a student. So yeah, those are how you can that's the validity it takes to apply for a permanent residency in whatever scenario that you come to Poland as. And that is that for that question. Number 7. God, this question is so common. Are there jobs for people or students that can't speak Polish? Are there jobs? Are there jobs? Are there jobs? Like a lot of people ask that question. Like, you guys need to see my DM. Everybody wants to know if they can work, if they can work, if they can work, if they can work because they don't speak Polish. Yes, you can work. Yes, yes, yes. The answer is yes. I, for one, I have been working, I work. A whole lot of persons I know have worked and are still working. They do not speak Polish, but yeah, they all work. And mind you guys, we have been among the opportune and the blessed people in Poland that we don't really get to do many jobs, and yet we work. So yes, you can work. There are a lot of criteria and requirements, but you can work. And I would always advise that you learn the language, learn it. It's important. I'm trying my best currently to learn it. So if you come, you can learn it. But just know that it doesn't limit your opportunity to getting a job. There are just so many jobs that are out there for English speakers in Poland. Because Poland is a Polish speaking country doesn't mean that they don't speak English. They do, they speak English. They do businesses in English, they do transactions in English. They have so many companies that actually have like a very diversified space where you can speak both English and Polish. So don't worry, don't be in doubt. If you come to Poland, you can get a job regardless of the language you speak. But always know that it is important to learn the language Polish. So yeah, the language might be hard, but you can do it. I am doing it. A whole lot of persons are doing it, so you can do it. And yeah, that's that. Question number 8 is, how much does it cost to have a Poland TRC? As far as I know, a 3 years TRC, that was the question. I don't think it's for sale. I don't know of anybody that sells it. Maybe if you're coming under an agency, they could have like I don't know, a percentage from your salary with the, like, I think it's organized. They have this percentage they deduct with the company. It's like they liaise with the company, is an agreement. But honestly, and I'm speaking from my experience, I don't know if TRC is for sale. I've never heard of it, I've never experienced it. I might be wrong, but that is what I know. It's not for sale. I don't know if it's for sale. I have never seen anyone that bought it. You get a job, maybe you could get a job through an agent. Maybe that's where there's a purchase. But I don't think the card itself is for sale. If you have to pay anything, these are just basic fees that you have to pay in the offices. But I don't think the card itself is for sale. So that's to answer that question. But I might be wrong. If you have any idea, my friends and my family that is watching me right now that knows a lot about Poland, and you know that people pay for these things, you can just share this with me on the comment section, and I'll be glad that the people that ask these questions will read through the comments and find the answer that they desire. But myself, my personal experience and my personal knowledge, I know nothing about that. Question number 9, can I study nursing without a prior knowledge or prior foundation of the sciences in my secondary school? I know a lot of persons will feel it's impossible, but the answer is yes. Yes, you can, but you have to. These sciences, you have to take them in your first year, or you take them as a prerequisite programs. Like, you just have to take them one way or the other, either before you enter into your first year in your nursing school, or in your first year in nursing school. So those are the situations where you can study nursing without prior knowledge or prior foundation of the sciences. So yes, you can, but you would definitely need to take these programs or these courses in your first year, or like it's gonna be like a pre-degree like we have in Africa, like a pre-degree, like before your program starts officially. you would definitely have to like take these courses. So yes, you can study nursing without a prior knowledge or prior foundation in the sciences. And that takes us to question number 10, guys. Question number 10 is so common. Like, God, that question is so common. The question is, can HND or PGD holders apply for master's degree in Poland? No. It's quite straightforward. The answer is so straightforward. No, guys, you can't. In Poland, if you have like an HND, you just have to go for a BSc. So yeah, no. The answer is no. Unless maybe there are new laws that I'm not aware of, but the ones I know, because I came here with an HND and I had to do like a bachelor's, speaking from experience. So yes, the answer is no. And yeah, no, you can't come to Poland with an HND to do a master's degree program. They really don't have this top up degrees that they have in countries like UK. They don't have degrees like that. So I know top up degrees are for people that are probably done HNDs, and yeah. So no, we don't. Yeah, you just have to either have a degree and go for a master's, or yeah, that's about it. Or you have an HND and go for a degree. So that's the answer to that question. The question number 11 is, do universities accept second class lower for master's degree? Yeah, the answer is yes. They do. They do. But yeah, they do. They do. It just depends. I feel like situations like that don't really have a yes or no answers, because it depends on the university. It depends on the standard of the university, the ranking of the university, the criteria. There are just so many requirements that lead to the answer being yes and leads to the answer being no. So there are some schools that you apply to with even with a pass, they are going to accept you for a master's degree program, but other schools wouldn't. So it just depends on the university you're choosing as an applicant. So yes, whether you have a second class lower or not, or you have a higher degree or a higher grade, most schools will accept you, but it depends on the school that you're applying to. So you do your findings. I have made so many videos, so many universities. So go watch my videos on all the universities that are currently open and do your application. There's so many schools that would accept you with a second class lower. Okay? Don't feel so bad. You got this, and I trust you guys. You're gonna do well. And another question I get asked, which is question number 12. I get asked that question a lot, is Poland a good place to live in? How do I answer that question? Well, I know we're not making billions of naira here. I know we're not making billions of zloty and I don't know, billions of whatever currency. But one thing is certain. For now, I love it here. I've been here for 4 years and I still do love it. And I know that I am not where I was when I came here. I have grown so much, career, academically, and what have you, in so many areas that I know that probably I wish I wasn't here. I don't know if I would have grown in that area. So yeah, I've been opportunity to work with conglomerates, like the best of the best companies in the world. And yeah, Poland made that possible. So yeah, I feel Poland is a wonderful place to live in. They have so many wonderful people, wonderful places, wonderful culture. And yeah, for me, my experience, yeah, Poland is great, economically and otherwise. Every country has their bad side, but yeah, amidst all of that, I still believe Poland is doing good for themselves. Yeah, so yeah, I think Poland is a great place to live, be it as a foreigner or otherwise. You can say otherwise on the comment section if you feel otherwise. But for me, like I said, these are my personal experiences, my personal options. I don't know. These are just what I have experienced. I feel Poland is a wonderful place. And yeah, I like it here, and I think you will too. So yeah, Poland is a nice place to live in. And the last question on my list is question number 14. And these people or these persons want to know about the accommodation system in Poland. How is accommodation in Poland? I've made a video where I talked about the things I don't like about Poland, and I remember talking about accommodation. You can watch the video, but even though I'm still gonna tell you, it's okay. Accommodations are there, but quite pricey. Trust me, pricey. Because I remember I had this conversation with a friend of mine who lives in the UK, and she literally lives in like a three-bedroom duplex. Yes, and she's paying about like maybe 800 euros or 800 pounds, and I think I pay more. What we pay is almost more than that. So I feel like accommodation is quite pricey in Poland, and I live in a smaller apartment, way smaller than what she's living in. So yeah, and I don't think my city is a big city, so you can imagine. So I feel like, yeah, accommodation wise, accommodation is pricey in Poland. It's quite pricey, but it's something that you can pay when you work. So yeah, it's okay. And yeah, life is good. God is faithful. So yeah, this is the end of this video, guys. And thank you, thank you, thank you. If you watched this video to this point, oh my God, like you saw the end, oh my God, you're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for tuning in again. And as usual, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Please, until then, you all be okay, be fine. I love you. And it's all love from my end. And bye, guys. Bye.